Hello, I would like to introduce Sharpbench, a tool I'm building for running ad hoc C# benchmarks online. Benchmarks are useful for comparing the performance of different methods. When you open up sharpbench.dev on your browser, you're going to see an editor with some code. This is sample benchmark code that you can run to test out the app. But you're not going to do that now. In this demo, I'm going to delete everything and start from scratch. Sharpbench is based on benchmark.net. This is a popular .NET library for running benchmarks, and it's pretty much an industry standard. You can go to benchmark.net.org, the official website, to find the documentation and learn more about the library and how to create benchmarks in C#, if you're not already familiar with that. In this demo, we're going to create a simple benchmark that's going to compare the performance of adding elements to a list with and without initializing the list with a capacity. I'm creating a class that will contain the benchmark code. I'm going to call the class benchmarks. The name does not matter, you can call it anything. Next, I'm going to add two methods to the class. The first one is called add_to_list, and it's going to add elements to a list initialized using the default constructor. I'm adding 100 elements to this list, and then I'm going to return the list. Next, I'm going to annotate this method with the benchmark attribute. This tells benchmark.net that this is a method I want to collect performance metrics for. To use this type, I'm going to import some namespaces from benchmark.net. Then I'm going to add another method that does the same thing, except it's going to initialize the list with a capacity of 100, since that's how many items I'm going to add to the list. I'm going to call this method add_to_list with capacity. And finally, I'm going to annotate the class with the memory diagnoser attribute. This tells benchmark.net to capture heap allocations and garbage collection metrics. Now we're good to go. I'm going to click the run button, which is going to queue up the benchmarks, and I'll just wait for them to run. During the execution of the benchmarks, the logs will appear on the right side, and once execution is complete, the results will be available in the Results tab. While it's running, you may be wondering, why did I make this? What problem does this solve? Well, I write a lot of benchmarks during experimentation, investigations, peer reviews, or discussions with a colleague when you want to verify some assumptions and you just want to write a quick benchmark. And it's annoying to have to set up a new project on your machine each time, install dependencies, and all that stuff. So Sharpbench aims to provide a ready-to-go environment for writing a quick benchmark on the fly. Execution is complete. Let me go over to the Results tab to look at the results. The table down here shows the statistics of each method. We can see that adding to a list initialized with a capacity was considerably faster and allocated less memory compared to adding to a list that was not initialized with the capacity. And up here you can see information about the environment where the benchmark ran. You can see the operating system, the .NET SDK version, runtime information, the processor, etc. This information is useful because it's possible that if you were to run the same benchmarks on a different operating system, different CPU architecture, different .NET version, that you'll get different results. You can share this benchmark by copying and sharing the URL. When you open the URL in a different browser, you'll see the same code. Right now it only shares the code, it does not share the results. But maybe that's something I can work on in the future. Right now, if you want to share the results, you can simply take a screenshot of the Results tab. You may have noticed that the URL is really long. This is because it encodes the source code. If you want a shorter URL, you can use a third-party URL shortening service like TinyURL. Just copy the URL, shorten it, and you'll get a short URL that is easier to pass around. And that's basically how it works. I plan on making improvements over time, adding support for IntelliSense, maybe support for different operating systems, different .NET versions, and things of that nature. If this is something that you would find useful, feel free to go to sharpbench.dev and give it a try. If you run into any issues, you have any questions or any suggestions, click the feedback link, and it will take you to a repository where you can report an issue on the issues page, or you can go to the discussion page if you have a question, suggestion, or you want to start a thread on a relevant topic. And that's it. Thank you very much.